Microsoft says you will upgrade. Not me, though, because as you can see down here and from up there in the top bar, I do not use Windows, so this does not affect me. I think this is a good thing for me. It just means that Linux is going to get more popular.
You came for tech news, so that's what I'll give you. If you also want to hear my sci-fi series pitch, just let me know, at any point. Microsoft has reiterated that it will not budge on including TPM 2.0, or the Trusted Platform Module, as a hardware requirement for Windows 11, with senior product manager Stephen Hosking writing in the company's IT Pro blog that the security feature is non-negotiable, unless you're a business and opt for the IoT Enterprise LTSC version of Windows 11, which doesn't
It's non-negotiable unless you want to negotiate.
require it, or if you're following guides from Microsoft themselves, as well as others that tell you how to install Windows 11 on an unsupported PC. But other than that, it's off the table. The double down comes as Microsoft is ramping up pressure on Windows 10 users to upgrade, which for many means upgrading their hardware too, because of the Phantom Menace requirement, different TPM. The whole issue is complicated by the fact that the real requirement keeping some users from upgrading isn't even TPM 2.0. There are a couple generations of Intel and AMD processors that have that feature, but aren't included in the list of supported processors for Windows 11. So what does Microsoft actually want your PC to have to let you upgrade your OS? The right vibe? They actually don't even want you to upgrade, they just like popping ads up in your face. Got him!
That's probably true, though. That's 100%. Like, they just want to, if they could put ads justifiably in everything, everywhere, and it not destroy their company, they probably would. They have to be discreet about it. They have to be gentle about it. But I think this one is an overstep, and it's going to piss a lot of people off. I know a lot of people that are running older laptops, and they aren't going to get a new laptop because they're gimmicky. They've got touch screens, they've got AI, they've got light up keyboards. Nobody wants any of that shit if they're just looking for a regular laptop to work with.
Sick. Intel finally unveiled their second-gen Arc GPUs yesterday after busting them out of freshly fired CEO Pat Gelsinger's office. He was fired because he wouldn't let the company launch them? That's not true. I'm just looking for a reason that makes sense. Linus Tech Tips has a full breakdown, but the TLDR is the Arc B580 will launch for $250 on December 13th, with the B570 launching at $220 on January 16th, in a number of colors and flavors, thanks to Intel having more board partners on board this time. Despite having a power draw on the lower side, with the limited edition reference design only sporting a single 8-pin connector, Intel says the B580 is 24% faster than the previous gen Arc A750, a higher tier board, and delivers 64% better ray tracing performance than an RTX 4060. Now you might say, I don't care about ray tracing. Well, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle just became the first mainstream game to require hardware ray tracing support. You want to get with the times? Or have an atypically swashbuckling archaeologist say that you belong in a museum? That would not feel good. Alongside architecture improvements, Intel's upgraded their Xe super sampling tech to Xe SS2, which now has frame generation like NVIDIA's DLSS 3 and AMD.
Yeah, I think the PC market is about to change drastically, and I think it's about to start getting more confusing again, the way it used to be back in the early 2000s when you've got just all kinds of different parts doing different things, different cards that do different things. Now we've got like 5 different memories that we could pick from. We got SSDs, we got the M.2, we got the hard drives. Now we got like super hard drives. It's hard to keep up with all of that, and that's just the storage. Now we've got all kinds of different memory sticks, like RAM sticks, different sizes. Now we've even got different size M.2s. M.2s that go on your GPUs. GPUs that have PSUs. What's going on? It's getting crazy out there.
AMD's FSR3, along with a low latency feature. Intel is leaning hard into its aggressive pricing here, saying the Battlemage cards have 25% better performance per dollar than Nvidia and AMD's 60-tier cards. And they've got about a month to convince gamers that's the case before Team Red and Green start dropping their own next-gen GPUs. Nvidia is heavily expected to announce the RTX 50 series at
I can't wait to pick one up in about 8 months.
CES, and AMD's own recently released code references both the RX 8800 and RX 8600. Look at me.
If you buy new parts right when they come out for market price or higher in some cases, you're stupid. You're an idiot. You are a moron.
You're gonna wait for the reviews this time before shooting your mouth off, right? You can do it. Stay strong. OpenAI has announced 12 days of OpenAI, which means that, starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific, it'll host a live stream every day for 12 days to launch or demo new AI features.
Grok is better. Sorry. Yeah, I don't think you're going to beat Grok, and they're about to have a major update too.
A tradition of tech bros since days of yore, or so ChatGPT tells me. But Google seized this opportunity to give Sam Altman a taste of his own preempt your competitors' AI announcements medicine. The tech giant suddenly opened access to their VO video generator through their Vertex AI platform, along with their Imagen 3 image generator. But more importantly, they unveiled Genie 2, a foundation world model that one-ups the World Labs demo from Monday's episode and generates 3D game worlds you can run around in or sail around in for up to a minute before reality starts to decohere. DeepMind said,
hey, it's like LSD. You're good for a minute and you're like, oh man, everything's back to normal. No, that's not. No, I'm still tripping.
Is that Genie 2 generates game content that's plausible, which I was going to say is the bare minimum for games, but then I remembered Kingdom Hearts exists. Unlike Descartes' AI-generated Minecraft simulation, Genie 2 can actually make it so the world looks the same, or at least similar, when you turn around, imagine, and can generate gameplay in multiple perspectives like first person, third person, and isometric. A few demos even showed characters interacting with objects in ways that stretch the meaning of the word plausible, but again, Death Stranding shipped, so. Genie 2 can render game protagonists as well as NPCs and lead to some fun situations. Like this one where the player just stood in a garden and didn't move at all, and eventually a ghost appears. Huh? If that's not creepy enough, the Googlers took their previously announced generalist AI agents, capable of operating in any game, and dropped them into these nonsensical dream worlds, presumably as a kind of prank. Hey, wait a sec, is this AI? Yeah, just like you. Just like me, aw, that's funny. Oh, DeepMind also showed their new GenCast AI weather forecasting system outperforming the current best-in-class model, but that's like actually practical stuff. It's What's even more practical is our sponsor, Grammarly, the AI writing partner that helps you find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful. Whether it's that or, more realistically, writing a tricky email.
Honestly, I don't like that we're using AI to predict weather, because we're going to start using AI to figure out how to change the weather. And we're already changing the weather. Don't say we're not. They literally, the government does it. They have helicopters that drop chemicals into the air. Oh, there's no chemtrails. They are. They're doing chemtrails. They just don't call it chemtrails. They call it like, what is it? Cloud seeding. 100% a thing they already do to affect the weather.
Mail or a project proposal. Grammarly. Upgrade to Grammarly Pro today at grammarly.com/TL12. 1,000 years in the future, a space travel experiment has torn the fabric of reality and there's portals everywhere. Also, humans have evolved tails again. They came back. I'm working on it. But first, quick bits. In response to the US tightening export restrictions even more, China said it would ban rare minerals crucial to tech production from being exported to the US, who said it's just now realizing how much rejection can hurt. The banned minerals include gallium and germanium, of which China is the biggest producer. On the plus side, if stuff isn't being exported to the US, then it can't be subject to tariffs. So at least American companies won't have to pay extra for it. Win-win. The FBI.
And maybe we'll have to go find other places to get it besides China. And maybe, just maybe, we'll have to mine it ourselves.
And CISA, America's cyber defense agency, have warned the nation about the dangers of using unencrypted messaging, such as text messages sent between iPhones and Android phones. It's a bit of a strange warning coming from the FBI, which has historically opposed encryption, which makes it harder to get into people's phones.
Or, you know, how about make iPhone and Android friendlier together and make them encrypted? The only reason they're not encrypted is because both companies are big fucking babies.
Phones for national security purposes. The thing is, it looks like Chinese hackers still have deep access to American communication networks after using a government backdoor to break in. So please make sure to use.
This is why Apple didn't want there to be a backdoor back when the FBI tried to get them to give them a backdoor, make a backdoor. This is why. This is literally why.
Encrypted messaging apps until we can get these hackers out of here, and then we can go back to unencrypted so the right government can spy on you properly. Ubisoft has announced it's shutting down its free-to-play shooter X-Defiant.
Oh, that's all I'm going to talk about for that video, because the next video is literally about this.